Hello, Triple S viewers. It's me, Amanda, the host and EP, along with Miss Kitty, and we have some surprising news to share with you about the outcome of episode 3. Major spoiler alert, if you have not watched that episode, I'm about to reveal something about its outcome. After we wrapped filming, we became aware of a scoring issue, a problem with an Excel formula that we rely on in our judging sheet. And while originally Team Roman was losing by 0.08 on a 5-point scale, when we corrected for this error, Roman was ahead of the actual last place team by 0.06. Obviously, we were devastated to realize that we had let this mistake happen. I take responsibility ultimately because it's my show. I wish I had caught that error before I delivered the final message of which teams were advancing and which teams were not. At the same time, it was a very slim margin, and though the score surprised me a little bit, you can see that in the episode, the judge critiques had been rather negative for Roman's song, and so I took those scores to be reflective of how they felt. We have crunched the numbers on all previous episodes. No formula errors there, no outcomes changed. We have added a fail-safe, a triple checking of the scores by a human being just in case, so that episodes moving forward are not similarly affected. And of course, we spoke with Team Roman about the error and how to move forward. And Roman shared with us that he felt he had made peace with ending his time on this particular season, and we exchanged, a lot of love and made it clear that this is not the last we'll see of Roman on Triple S or in other Showpeople projects. So please bear that in mind as you watch this episode, and we're very sorry for the error. I'm very sorry for the error. I know we have Roman stans, so forgive me.
Well, this is certainly going to be on theme.
What?
This week's guest judge is going to fit right in for Villain Week because he's kind of a villain himself.
A villain? What did he do?
She speaks.
Did he stage the murders of his brother and nephew in order to take over the throne?
What? No, of course not.
Did he feed his boss, his girlfriend, and her sadistic ex-boyfriend to a hungry man-eating plant that's actually an alien trying to take over the world?
No. Wait, isn't that...
Did he direct an all-white production of In the Heights?
Miles.
No! He was just a really harsh guest judge last season.
So you mean...
Yeah. Drew is back.
He can't be that bad.
Mary Grace? Drew makes contestants cry.
He made me cry.
It just didn't work. Made me sort of like tilt my head a little bit. I hate it, honestly. It felt like we went to the top of like a mountain and then just like dropped. And then we just died.
I actually liked it.
I wouldn't listen to it like in the car. That phrasing needs to change. ASAP.
He's like if Simon Cowell and Gordon Ramsay had a hateful baby. You're just gonna have to see it to believe it. Welcome to Villain Week. Welcome back to the Showpeople Songwriting Showdown. It is episode 4, aka the semifinals. I'm your host, Amanda Lee Morrill. This is Miles, our advisor to the teams. 2 guest judges this week. First, returning from season 1, Travis.
I'm Travis, a resident artist with Showpeople. Joined Showpeople with Shudder. Last year, as Amanda mentioned, I was a competitor in Triple S, and my song that I wrote with Michael Chen got 2nd place. And so I'm excited to come back and be a guest judge and still be a part of this whole process.
Colby, what's it like having a former competitor from your season judging alongside you?
Well, maybe he'll be a better judge than he was a competitor. I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
I would like to introduce you to the most intimidating judge in show people history, Drew Jacobson. Drew, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm Drew. I am an actor, musician, composer, everything and anything. I was a guest judge last season. I had some harsh reviews, and I will also have some harsh reviews this time. So good luck, everyone.
When Drew came on and they announced him as the Simon Cowell, I was like, I'm ready. Like, I can handle, because like also, although it never feels great to hear criticism, even if it's constructive, I do usually always see where the judges are coming from.
So this week you had to write a villain song, 2 to 3.5 minute long songs, and you could use up to 3 vocalists. You were given specific musical genres that were picked for you by last week's winning team, Team Dieselfeather.
I was really excited to hear like what everybody else brought to the table, especially because we'd had a hand in deciding what their genres would be. I was hoping there would be no resentment and that we hopefully had given things to folks that played to their strengths, but it was also a challenge in the same way that our song was to us. I was excited and also was like, what happens, happens. I'm here for the music.
Also, we have a special treat for you. This is not a song that will be judged in the competition, but Team Roman sent us a little something.
Last night, something hit me where I was like, wait a minute. This next week, they're writing villain songs. And they're writing villain songs in specific styles. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, dang, I wish I could have done that prompt. I wish I could have done that prompt. But then I was like, wait a minute. I can still do this prompt. Because now, with the circumstances being what they are,
This is my villain song.
I had no time to lose, I was asking for a fight. You should have known that your answer wasn't right. You shot me down with the click of a digit. And now I'm stirred up, I'm flaming, I'm rigid. I've heard your sorries and it was a mistake, but I am unfulfilled and left with this heartache. I needed glory, I banked on my success. Oh, how you stabbed me and robbed me, SSS. I didn't lose, I didn't lose. I refuse to lose. I won't diffuse for this fake news. These are my triple S blues. The day you sent me off, I was so sleep deprived. Today I write the song with my prestige denied. You had me stuck with you from 8 to 11. And now you'll see me in hell, not heaven. Now I've got a few words for my fellow contestants. You and your teams, or should I say your dependents. Let me remind you all of your tight limits. Your piece may not exceed 3.5 minutes. I didn't lose, I didn't lose. I refuse to lose. I'm not diffused, just so confused. These are my triple S blues. I didn't lose.
when I found out that I wasn't the team that was supposed to be eliminated this week, it upset me a lot because I still think I was the team that came in the most passionately about winning this. And I wanted it so bad. And I knew that if I was going to lose, I wanted to lose fairly. I wanted to lose with flying colors, and I wanted to win with flying colors. So it broke my heart, but this won't be the last you're hearing from me.
We have to give him his flowers for that. That was incredible. And in my own villainous moment, I'd like to say, Roman, if you'd brought that kind of heat all along, maybe you wouldn't have been eliminated.
I loved Roman's villain song. It was really funny, and I'm glad he could like take what happened and like make light of it and make something really fun and enjoyable out of it.
All right. Then I think let's start with Team Underdog. What do you want to tell us about what makes a villain?
We all got the villain song, and then my prompt was hip hop. Let's not look so surprised, okay, everybody? Let's all take a breath. I cracked open a cold one, I put on Hamilton, and I took out a notepad and started taking notes because I was like, let me get into what makes my favorite hip hop musical so interesting.
Mr. Crowell was played by our friend Edo.
Hi, my name's Edo. I'm from Nicaragua. I'm currently a singing Starduster at Ellen Stardust Diner, and I'm in The Wizard of Oz off-Broadway.
Madeline Montmouth was played by Mary Grace Epps.
Hi, my name is Mary Grace Epps. I have my BFA in musical theater from the University of Tampa. I'm the B-roll coordinator and a video editor for this show, as well as an RA for Showpeople. And I'm also in Pinkalicious off-Broadway.
And I was the judge in that little sample thing.
We're in a courtroom.
What makes a villain? What makes a villain? The jury's at the trial and we'll be here for a while till we find.
What makes a villain? Your Honor, I am here as a lawyer on the side of justice. Looking at this case which we have previously discussed is a tragic one of which I have yet to find a match. Someone lit a flame and that fire did catch. Burning down the halls of the wealthy high school, incinerating students once referred to as cool. Here now a survivor to tell us what she witnessed. I call to the stand Madeline Montmouth. Madeline.
Mr. Crowell.
I can't imagine what you're going through.
My friends, I wish this was a dream and someone would pinch me, but I can't sleep at all without hearing their screams, and I just couldn't see. The smoke was blinding me. I wish I knew what villain lies at the end of this scheme. They deserve justice.
Your friends. So you were close?
Well, yes, this school, it works us like horses. It forces a closeness, of course. The remorse is sharp, almost as bright as their futures and nearly as harsh as the burn from the flames. Together we passed every advanced class. We were carving out futures, and now we'll carve out gravestones with each of their names. What makes a person do this? Lack of love or natural cruelness? Are you born this way or forced to play your hand? I'll never understand what makes a
Madeline, I have
villain.
to ask you just one thing. Do you hand on the Bible swear life as great as it seemed, or was there some jealousy in all those top classes? Rage brewing behind those turtle shell glasses?
Is this a joke? What kind of man stands up tall accusing a grieving teenage girl who's on the stand? Do you feel good now, like you fixed this? If you remember, I was called up to the stand just as a witness.
I did what I had to do. It's my job to think things through. There is a wrong that has to be righted. Emotions can make us so short-sighted. Forgive me for my insensitive questions while you grieve the friends that called you a, let me check notes, freak? Loser? Oh, this is mighty specific. Madeline Mothbitch. A cruel name for an ugly creature that flocks towards whatever or whomever is brightest.
I was the brightest! What a dumb thing to say. They were paying to play. I was losing my class rank to daddy's money. They were calling me names, but no one was laughing when I dropped a match in the cap. And then look, this moth avoided the light. The last one alive. I did what I had to do. I was so good at thinking things through. There was a wrong that had to be righted. Emotions can make us so short-sighted.
Case closed.
Oh my gosh. That was incredible.
Since week one, we've been Priscilla fans. I think that she has a very unique, I guess, groove that she gets into.
And so we were really excited. And that's part of the reason why we gave her hip hop, is because we know she's got the lyricism and we know that she's got the flow. So what can she do when she really has to lean into that? And so I was jamming. I thought it was really fun.
I fell in love with this song as soon as I heard it, and I actually asked Miles if I could sing it. I just really love Priscilla's writing, so it was an honor to sing this one for her.
I had a great time today. It was very fun. It's always fun filming with Mary Grace and Miles.
Miles, can you tell us a little bit about how advising went?
We talked about, the integrity of hip hop in musical theater, and I think I tried to assuage some of her authenticity concerns by being like, you're not trying to invent a genre here.
Let's start with Colby.
Yeah, and I'm going to be pretty nice because I liked the song. It was good, but it's very clearly like a Hamilton song. And I'm going to deviate a little with Miles, though. I think that the obvious go-to, if you're like, write a hip-hop theater song, it's sort of disappointing. That's the route you went. I thought it was a really good song. It had a lot of layers. I liked the beat. It's just too on the nose.
Let's see if Travis agrees.
I liked communicating the story through lyrics. I could sort of tell on the first listen of the song without knowing what the musical is, sort of what the general plot points are, which for a musical theater song I think is essential. With some of the lyrics, there were some parts where the rhythm was just really awkward. I wrote down kind of boring, but I have the exact same problem with Hamilton. If I listened to a song from Hamilton, I would say this is kind of boring. Like, the style of the genre is this one drum loop repeats for the whole thing. Overall, I agree with Colby. I liked the song. It was fun to listen to. I was grooving with it. Great job, Priscilla.
I was a little upset about the Hamilton slander, not gonna lie.
Hamilton is one of the most successful shows that is still running. I don't feel personally that song could have been taken straight out of Hamilton. It felt potentially in conversation with the show, which means that it might get more producer support because of that. Because you can say, oh, people who like Hamilton, they'll like this too.
Some of the things that they said, I definitely agreed with. Some of the things that I just didn't take to heart were definitely opinions. Like, of course I was inspired by Hamilton. Like, the only thing I felt like was maybe unrealistic was hoping that I was going to bring something fresh and new. And I'm like, I don't think that I am somebody that has the skills or the resources. I don't think I want to be like reinventing the state of hip hop and musical theater.
With that, we're going to go to another guest judge, Drew Jacobson. Please hit us with your thoughts.
I thought the lyrics were probably the strongest point of the song. The verses were long. It's hard to take in all that information as a listener and still comprehend everything. The tempo, it didn't lend itself well to this genre. I think it was a little too slow for me. I understood the intention of hip hop, but it wasn't, besides the beat, I wasn't getting hip hop. But other than that, I enjoyed it.
All right, so let's turn it over to Team Rainbow.
We were having trouble deciding what the theme for the song was going to be because it was country villain, and we were bouncing things back and forth. And then I ended up looking up to see if like they had pageants for drag queens, and I came across Miss Gay America and found out that they were still doing that this year, and Matthew was like, oh my god, yes.
Playing your mean drag queen, Helen Back, is myself.
Hi, my name is Miles Messier. I graduated from the Heart School. This is Miss Kitty, and I'm in Pinkalicious off-Broadway.
Singing for the role of Homo and Lorraine, AJ Hernandez.
Hi, my name is AJ. I am a New York City-based theater maker, and I am currently on the team at National Artist Management. We are the office that has produced shows like Chicago, Waitress, Pippin, and most recently, Real Women Have Curves, which is amazing, so if you haven't seen it, you should.
There's a queen who's planning to sabotage everybody, so that's who the villain is.
Like a god and no one here who cares.
Try your best, be yourself, aim for the sky. Burn her dress, do so well, they'll start to cry. I will win with just my looks and fierce attitude. Time to make a gorgeous lady out of a dude. To be Miss Gay America, you have to be sweet. Even if you lose, your kindness cannot be beat. So show 'em what you got, you only have one shot to lay down boots in Miss Gay America.
Break all the legs, hunty.
Gee, thanks.
I meant
literally. Oh, well, butter my backside and call me a biscuit.
These pigs think they have a chance, just watch and see what I have in store. Bless their heart, it's time to start, cause I'm the biggest attention whore. Whoa! Stilo ash, watch them crash, frame someone else, start a fight. Such a life puts them through hell.
And the cattywampus, but looks ain't the whole point. Need to blow the whole entire roof off this joint.
I am Miss Gay America, fermented my feet. Though I may look innocent, I'm not afraid to cheat. Let's say this straight in their class, and that'll kick their ass. I'll say them all in Miss Gay America.
Keep your smile on, do not look her in the eye.
I'm gonna rage.
Really hope that they choose me. She's
Wrecking ball through the stage.
Don't make her leave me be. Pageant's over, I just know it won't be me.
It's the Miss Gay America at the final two. Time to hear the last results and pray I made it through. I'll have money and fame.
My family might be proud.
They will be screaming my name.
Why is she so loud?
It's time to be at the top. Darn, my tuck just popped. And the winner is... I lost.
Amazing.
I think that this was truly Rainbow's best song, and it was like fun to hear. The performances were great on it.
It was just fun to see them do something like so upbeat and funky when they're like such like talented balladeers, like, and just seeing the full range of that writing team.
I just really like felt like it really came to life. I felt like, you know, the Southern accents really made it, I think. I hope they had fun making it. I had fun listening to it.
I had so many ideas, and we were like constricted by only a couple of instruments. And I was like, but I want a banjo, but I want a violin. And I couldn't. So I was just like, here, take it, do what you want. Like, I'm sure it'll be great.
I had a lot of fun doing the song. It was so high, which I love, but I don't think that everyone could have done it. There were some rhythms in it that weren't the most intuitive to sing, but loved the characters and loved singing high.
I'm a Southern guy from Texas, so it was so fun to get back into that style, but it was so fast and it moved forward like a train that it sometimes was a little difficult for me to get into it, but when we got it, it was really fun.
Miles, tell us a little bit about how this advising session went.
Early on in the week, it was less clear who the song was about. There was actually more content for the Nice Queen. And I was like, let's not forget that it's Villains Week.
Let's go to Drew.
Yeah, I agree. The villain was there. It was not country at all to me. The only part that I thought was country-ish was the slide in the last two measures. And that was where I was like, oh, that was what I wanted in the entire song. I was coming in expecting a different kind of song. I enjoyed the dialogue in between. It felt, I could see it in a musical.
I don't know if he brought like Kool-Aid to share with the class, because all the judges got immediately influenced when they brought him on. I feel like everyone was like, let's up the ante today.
It's worth saying that hearing your 3 songs so far, it's like amazing how much you've improved. Like, this is a very good song. And like, you should both be very proud, especially Hannah. I mean, the music I think was really, really good. But like Drew said, it wasn't a country song really in like any way. Something I like is just like a fun little way to end like a verse, and like Miss Gay America. I love that. I was like, ooh, it just like got to me. And I was like, ooh, that's just like a nice little thing to end the verses with. It was just overall a very good song, but it wasn't a country song.
I didn't personally like take offense to them because like it's not like they were like, the song is bad. They were just like, it doesn't fit in the genre at all. So I wasn't offended. I just didn't agree. People are going to have opinions on the stuff you create. And like, I don't have to take everything that like is given to me as fact, you know?
While I was listening, I was like, oh, I think I'm getting a little more kinky boots than country boots. You know what I mean? But that just makes me really, really want kinky country boots. We definitely know we're asking a lot of our contestants, and that's Villain Week, baby. So Travis, are you ready to weigh in?
That juxtaposition between country and queer and those two being combined to like make a statement, I think is awesome. And I would love to see what an entire musical based on that concept would be. There were some blues licks in there. Girl, I love me some blues licks. I think if Miles had a more country drum groove, then your song would have been more country sounding.
I think if we had tried to like be more country, be more traditionally country about it, it wouldn't have been as strong of a product, honestly. And they might have liked it more, but I don't think that I would have felt as proud of it as I did. I don't think it would have had the flair and the personality that we were able to bring to it.
I'm proud of what Miles was able to do with the mess of composure that I did. I'm proud of what we did. I'm proud of us for making it this far.
It's time to come back to our third team, Team Diesel Feather.
Okay, I gotta go, babes. Yeah, I'll call you back. Hello, everyone. This week we wrote a girly pop anthem honoring an absolute icon for women in business. You may have heard of Charlie XCX Who. Last year, she's so passe. The real woman at the moment is Chelsea Deluxe. I wouldn't call her a villain. I think some people just hate to see a woman win.
Last week, we did get this idea and jump into it. And not to say that it was easy, but I think there was a little bit more momentum than even the week before or anything like that.
Immediately, we gravitated towards this genre because there's so much fun potential in it, but it also is pretty open-ended. So we zeroed in on very specifically electronic, kind of cold, girly pop.
You know, we're a little nervous, so hopefully Brittany will zap her magic over here and we'll get some body glitter and everything will be right.
Queen Chelsea Deluxe was sung by Kaylee Christine Fortune.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Christine Fortune. I'm a recent graduate of AMDA and I'm currently in Something Rotten.
Diva 1.
I'm Kaylee Fiorello. I'm from New York City, and I'm about to graduate from the Manhattan School of Music with a degree in musical theater.
So Kaylee, and Christina Jordan played Diva 2.
Hello, my name is Christina Ann Jordan. I went to school at the Catholic University of America, and I got my Bachelor's of Music in Musical Theater. And I was recently in the original cast of Shudder as Debbie.
But anyways, if you want to discover her, learn more about her, she's a moment, she's iconic, she's under subpoena, and you should visit the link in her bio to take advantage of this short-term opportunity.
This isn't a cult, it's a community.
Hey divas, life's getting you down. Tired of the rat race.
Oh yeah.
You could use a change from that corporate patriarchal BS.
Girl,
take a walk with me. Two-piece Paloma freeze, bullseye making stacks on autopilot. London on a whim, first claps, no paps, babe, you're so private.
no obligations.
You set your goals.
Your operation.
You run the show, finally living that life that you deserve. Girl, about damn time you put you first.
Don't you ever think I see you hesitating? You wanna see the baker spend your whole life waiting.
So what's it gonna be? You really wanna be like me, living it up at the top. Heavy on the gas, don't stall, don't stop, yeah. You wanna level up? You better step it up. You wanna level up? Better step it up. Level up to a new dimension. Got just the thing, didn't I mention? Let me introduce you to what will take your glow up to a whole new level. Babe, I could use you. I see you as the brand new face of T-Bar Deluxe Supplemental.
What's it made of?
That's confidential.
Is it safe?
Don't be mental. No need for FDA approval. It's organic. Please don't Google. Initial inventory is self-funded.
Call it self-investment.
Don't worry about that. You can make it all back like
with the patented Chelsea method.
I can tell you got what it takes to climb up to the rose quartz lead. If you outshine the competition, there's no end to the perks you'll receive. Like our company retreat and Mykonos. No real names, no boys, no phones. A hot pink pence for you to try.
Pay no mind to the camera inside.
Gotta take the leaps cause you can't afford it.
Just take out a second mortgage.
Plus one lucky body every year.
With a brush that still has Chelsea's hair.
Wait, what? Feel like you still don't get the picture?
Should we do the pledge?
Hit it, sister.
I pledge allegiance to the legions of forever equal Chelsea.
That's me.
Together we'll break the glass ceiling and use the sharks to cut anyone who tries to stop us.
Try to stop us.
Divas find a way. Divas earn their pay. Divas don't take 6 days. No, no, no. We hold these truths to be self-evident. In Chelsea we trust. Everything and everyone else is irrelevant.
If excellence is in your DNA, then pencils out becomes the NDA.
You wanna level up?
Prove it.
You better step it up.
Do it.
You wanna level up?
Are you ready for an upgrade?
You wanna live it up?
Hon, what's it gonna be? You really wanna be like me?
Living it up at the top.
You were born for this, your iconic period. Turn the line, let's climb that pyramid. An initial here, that's a good girl. Catheter, mocha stir, basement, you can break when I get my payment. Recruit downstream, work it queen, but don't forget who's at the apex. Looks like you could use some R&R, rest and re-education. The Diva Dynasty is your family, and I'm your mother.
Show me what you got.
Heavy on the gas, don't stall, don't stop, yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. I thought they slayed it. There were like little notes we gave that we weren't sure were going to be realized or how they would be realized, but like some little notes we gave about, and she might have an accent, and then they like fully just embodied a whole new character. We were delighted. So
it's nice to not have to do all that yourself. There's an element of trust for sure, but I think in the end it's less work for me and more reward. So I'm down. And it sounded great.
I had so much fun recording this. It was very Britney vibes, which was very exciting because I loved my girl Britney, and I love doing a little British accent.
I had so much fun recording this song. It's wild. It's a crazy song. I love it. Love the accents. The rhythms were a little challenging at some times, but I had a blast. Anything that's not my real voice is so much fun to do. The song is the most campy thing in the world, and it was a blast. So I appreciate you guys and thank you for having me.
I think when we were in the middle of the writing, at some point we turned to each other and we were like, is this good or is this a hot mess? And we were like, I think it's like, it is a hot mess, but like a good one. Do you know what I'm saying? like it's a fever dream. And so by the end of it, we're like, we're not really sure what the judges will think, but like what we set out to do, we definitely accomplished.
Diesel Feather putting sunglasses on, I was immediately like, okay, I'm set. I'm ready. Let's go. They definitely nailed the Charlie XCX theme that they were going for.
The Charlie XX mixed with like the MLM vibes were incredible and just super creative.
Travis, we're starting with you. You've had it cushy. You haven't had to be in the hot seat first all along. It's your turn.
This seat is so hot. It is scalding my bottom. It's giving Six the musical. And for me, that's a bad thing. I don't like Six at all. That's a preference. But I did like the use of the character's name Chelsea throughout the song to like bring it into that musical theater space with those specifics. And I appreciate the use of slang being not too cringe, because sometimes it could be cringe, but you all pulled it off well. It is too simplistic to say that this is the best written song of the three, but my least favorite. I think it's more complicated than that, and I'm going to reflect more with the numbers.
To my knowledge, especially this week when we're writing for a genre, is it not supposed to be evocative of other music? I don't care if you like Six. I don't care if you like girly pop. But if that was the assignment, are we honoring the assignment or are we not honoring the assignment? It shouldn't be about personal preference and whether or not you personally listen to girly pop.
Colby next.
I really, really liked the lyrics of your song. I'll say that. I thought they were very witty. You two can obviously write songs. And I think what Travis said was really interesting, that it was like maybe the best written, but like his least favorite. I would say it wasn't the best written, but it was clearly written by the strongest writing team. And so it's a good song, but I know you two can do better. And that just was disappointing.
I hear you, and I'm not coming at or defending myself, but I think some of the complaints, whether or not this is on us, we were going for. And I do think that it's something that maybe is a little clearer if you're more familiar with that type of genre.
Travis, you've got your hand up. What's up?
I agree with everything that you just said there. I do acknowledge that and respect it and admit that I'm not familiar with the genre.
I felt like they had these very like rigid understandings of each and every genre was, and it felt like all three people, like, or all three teams, like, they took the genre and made it their own. And I think that's what's so special about it. And I don't think that should be something that's looked at as like, oh, it's not falling into the genre. I think it should be celebrated as like, you know, a unique interpretation of what it is.
This discourse is fascinating, but I need to hear from guest judge Drew.
So I actually thought it fit perfectly in the genre. Immediately from the first few measures, you know exactly what genre you're in. And I also agree, I forget if it was Colby who said it, but I thought the extra voices just were pretty muddy. That's what I wrote at times.
I don't know what Colby and Drew were hearing, and maybe I wasn't listening as well. Everything sounded very clear to me.
All right, boys. Plain nice. It's Girly Pop Villain Week. For the first time ever, we had an all-male panel of judges on an episode of Triple S. While that's fine, we were asking them to weigh in on musical styles, and a few of them admitted to not being super familiar with those styles, especially girly pop. We felt it was important to have a girl weigh in on girly pop, or at least not a boy. We also wanted a little bit more diversity in terms of background and skill set, since this panel of judges weighed heavily towards composers. As a drummer who listens to all of these styles, I felt like it was okay for me to step in and give contestants some feedback about how well they had addressed their given prompts. That being said, this is a very male-dominated industry, but since it's our little corner of the internet, we can make decisions like the one I made and change things up a little bit, up the estrogen. And I did not score these songs. I was not an official judge on this episode. Judges were free to evaluate according to their own opinion, but we wanted to provide that to our contestants and just make sure there were a lot of perspectives being heard in the room. Priscilla pretty well knocked musical theater hip hop out of the park. The bones of that song and the parts for which Priscilla is responsible met the challenge. In the country song, Team Rainbow could have put more country elements, and that might have helped. My mind went to a similar place as Travis's when I started to imagine a train beat under, or maybe a more simplified and characteristic guitar part. I thought, well, there are probably ways to put in a familiar country element. However, I think everybody's got to be careful going too referential or not referential enough. And then for the girly pop anthem, speaking as somewhat of a pop girly myself, it nailed it. If anything, for me, it was almost too referential, but in a way that I totally appreciated. And I think girly pop is one of the more vilified styles within popular music.
I will absolutely claim some credit because everything is filtered through this music producer's ears, right? Also, this wasn't prefaced to the judges for this week, but this is not the full orchestrated demos yet. We could tune things slightly, but it was still just piano or guitar, bass, drums. So I would challenge to extend your ears to, can you see this song being the sound that was asked of it?
All right, so I'm going to look at this outcome and I'm going to announce who's moving on to the finals.
After I went first, I was like, oh, I'm out of here. Like, I am like, put me on the conveyor belt, like, and ship me off. Like, I am immediately done. So that was terrifying, but it was nice to slowly be like, if we go down together.
Whatever happens, I think we've achieved what we came out here to do. So that's, a pat on the back, I guess.
I wouldn't change anything that we did because we worked hard. We did our best, and that's all I could ask for.
Especially because the reviews were pretty equally, bad. Equally good or equally bad. They were pretty equal. So I was like, I genuinely have no idea where this is going.
Our first score is our champion for this week. Team Underdog, you are the winner of this challenge. Congratulations, you have secured your place in the final.
I was just really hoping that I'd make it top 2, so it felt a little dreamlike when they said my name because that was not the name I was expecting to hear. And yeah, it was genuinely just pure shock. I heard it and like there were like tears in my eyes a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, everything's fine. Like everything's fine. But yeah, I don't know. You hope to make it into the top 2, and then to like instead of just making it across the finish line, to be like leading the charge was like really fun.
I'm just gonna let the joy wash over you as I build suspense for the other 2 teams who are like, please, please, please just tell us. Look at your faces right now. The second team who will join us in the final episode is Team Diesel Feather. These are our 2 final teams. So first, let's hear from Priscilla.
I wasn't obviously I'm invested, but I wasn't expecting to be that invested. Well, not that invested. I didn't know how nervous I was the better wording until you said that. And I'm like, okay, so why am I crying? Like, it's not, everything's okay. Everything's okay. I'm going to sit with my thoughts, but amazing. I'm thrilled.
Everyone's amazed by what you've done in this competition, like losing your writing partner when you did, coming back from the bottom of the pile in that first week. I mean, it's really amazing to see.
It was really nice to see Priscilla get the flowers that she deserved after a few rounds at this point.
It does make it a little nerve-wracking to go into the finale with her and to see what she's going to bring to the table, though, because it seems like she's just on the up and up. It really is team underdog takeover. So we'll have to see.
And huge congratulations to Team Diesel Feather. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, this competition is brutal. I think I'm feeling relieved, and I felt like everyone really brought it this week, and so it just felt like so honored to be able to proceed when we had such a tight competition.
I'm excited to move forward, and I again thank all the judges for their feedback because it's really helpful.
I feel like we weren't expecting to make it this far, but what we did expect to do is work our asses off and really do our best to stay in the competition so that we would just have the opportunity to get more prompts and make more music every week.
It has been so fun to compete with Diesel Feather, and also the hugest relief to find out that they had been writing together for 10 years because I was like, this is killing me. It is just amazing to witness their talent and the things that they come up with so expertly together.
So we come to my least favorite part of an episode, which is we have to say goodbye to a team that we love so much. But I just want to highlight the strength of Team Rainbow and the growth every episode. Colby said it earlier. The production team has been talking about it. It's just incredible.
This has been a really good experience. I think I've really pushed myself a lot to write in a totally different way and in an elevated way, and I'm very happy to have made it this far. So everyone is so talented that I'm not even offended because I'm just they should go on. I don't want to go on over them because they deserve it so much.
I agree with everything Matthew said. Y'all are incredibly talented, and I wouldn't have asked for a better outcome to be able to make it this far.
I just want to give Hannah so much credit because going into this, there were so many times where she was like, oh, I'm not a composer, and you would never know that this is her first time doing it.
If you weren't a writer when you entered this competition, you're a writer now.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm sticking by what I worked on instead of being like, oh, I could have done this, oh, I could have done that. No, I made the song, I turned it in within a week, which, is nuts in and of itself. But we still made something that I thought was really freaking funny, and I'm proud of.
I'm really proud of them as much as it's appropriate for me to be as someone who only knows them from competition, and it's been really fun to compete with them.
To all the other competitors, thank you for just participating in this with us and for creating a supportive environment. It's been really amazing to watch, all these people challenge themselves and go outside the boundaries of what they would normally do. I just really wish everyone the best going forward. I hope everybody continues to create and continues to feel strongly about what they create because they all deserve to.
I hope they keep writing together. We were devastated to see them go, but I want to see more people continue to collaborate because I feel like the show brought together some unlikely but kindred writing spirits.
Maybe have also thought of asking Matthew to collab on a song one day, like just for fun, but I haven't asked them yet because I know we're both busy. But yeah, of course I would love to work with them again. Team Rainbow continues.
Your prompt for next week to our advancing teams is it is a completely free and open prompt. We would like to see when you have the chance to write anything, what will you write? The rule is no pre-existing songs. Nothing you've worked on in the past that you're going to bring into this competition. No, no, no. Start fresh. A second option you have, and this is a tricky option, you can revise a previous week's song. What I would keep in mind is that if you revise a song, we really need to feel that a second listen was justified. I'm going to say there's a minimum of 3.5 minutes and a maximum of 5 minutes. And I just want to say that in the history of show people, longer has not always been better.
Up to 4 vocalists this week. For your primary instrument, piano or guitar, your drums, and your bass again. And then you have 1 additional track to do with as you want.
It might have been, to be dramatic, some of the worst news I could have received. There are so many different ways that I could go with, so I truly don't know, and I have to, like, 2 weeks ago, my partner dropped out. Last week, I was sick. Like, I have these excuses, but I was like, okay, now you just have writer's block. Like, that's fine, but you gotta get working.
I'm proud to be paired up next to Priscilla at the end of this and go head to head with her.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Showpeople Songwriting Showdown. Thank you once again to our judges. Thank you so much to our contestants. And please join us next time for a very, very exciting final round. You just had to get the lasers in there, didn't you, Miles?
Whatever happens, I feel like I was just really grateful to be given the opportunity to be on this show, and that I feel like anybody who comes on here is hopefully a stronger writer at the end of it for it, because you really get pulled through the ringer and you really have to pull out all your tricks and learn along the way. So it's been a blast.
Yeah, I really didn't expect to enjoy writing with Daniel, and sometimes I did, and so that was better than expected.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like some of the ice has been chipped a little bit away. Yeah.
I feel like I know him as a person. I learned his last name this week, so that was really exciting. It's Rosen.
Yeah.